I come to you now, my faithful listeners, for the revealing of nature of various establishments in our area, so that as you sally forth in order to find an evening's distraction, you would find an establishment worthy of your patronage. For this intent, I have endeavored to establish a clear means of evaluating each establishment's relative worth. I shall consider the operator's intent, of course, should a characteristic not apply. Firstly, we have quality, and by that I mean the worth of the food offered by each establishment. Taste and the use of spices should be considered, as well as the texture, the relative oil and grease, and the presence of other offending factors. Secondly, each establishment will be judged upon its nature. By that, the decor, the ambience, and the dress of the waiting staff shall show their strength in this category. The intent of the establishment shall also be considered as well. Thirdly, each establishment shall be judged upon its presence, the staff's nature, the ability to compensate for the impertinent and difficult patronage. Now, I will take a moment to remind my fellow listeners to treat each of their waiting staff with the utmost respect, and to not be so presumptuous to believe that you could fill their place. Just like many other factors of one's sojourn, there are many hidden facets to every detail in this business. Lastly, I must evaluate the array of options at each establishment. Many diverse and varied peoples exist, and if an establishment does not offer an amenable and affordable option, then they might suffer for that lack of choice. However, I do account for the intent of each establishment and recognize that once common sense is applied, some establishments are just not simply required to in this case. Now, I begin my culinary endeavor with Hopkin's Icehouse, specifically located in the southern portion of Texarkana. In the accounting of taste, I award 6 points from a total of 10. While not sophisticated, this pub ensures that their entrees are well spiced. Their hot Italian, old-fashioned, various pizzas and ribbon sandwiches provide an exemplary form of diner and bar food. However, unfortunately, I must not recommend the fried fish plate, as it was overly greasy and bland, thus resulting in a drop from what would have been 8 points to now 6. Still, an excellent show, and better than most. For the accounting of nature, I must congratulate the staff and owners of Hopkins for the impressive dance between a whitewashed family restaurant and a bar that only a quality pub can bring. 9 points. From offering the welcome diversion of shuffleboard to trivia, even live local artists, Hopkins has a lot to offer for an evening's distraction, especially should you be courting a young sir or madam, or looking to share a few cold drinks with a friend. Their presence is quite well done. They manage, unlike many places, to dance that delicate line between unwelcome intimacy and caring service. 8 points, only dropping from 9 due to the nature of occasionally allowing a drink to be unrefilled for too long. The array of Hopkins is what is to be expected from a quality pub. However, nothing exotic or especially different is offered, which is slightly unfortunate, as I believe they could do whatever they pursued quite well. However, they do offer a few vegetarian options and a wide variety of spirits and beverages. I must award 7 points, quite a bit above average, but nothing delightfully surprising. In short, Hopkins is a quality pub that is a more relaxed venue, meant for those that do not care for the vulgarities of your average club, which is typically populated by those with little social etiquette and distasteful habits. In the way of calculating the mean of Hopkins Icehouse, I must award a solid 75%. I'm quite impressed. This pub provides the best evening's distraction for conversation, a stiff drink, and delightful food to be found in Texarkana. Thank you all for listening, and I hope you have a grand evening.